Hello, welcome to Taccion Triage, September 2026. I can't believe we're already to September. So the energies that I was getting for September is retreat is wisdom and inevitably leads to freedom. So let's run a triage check on your worth, what you unite with. Are you experiencing symptoms like conditional worth with the people you're dealing with or the jobs you work? Do you feel the need to protect your contribution, defend it? Do you feel like maybe a slave to what you do or what you have? Is your funds not where you would like them to be? All of these symptoms is showing you that you may need to consider a retreat from something, and that is wisdom. You're suffering from ineffective worth because of a severing of morality, truth. But there is an illusion here, and the illusion is the severed morality, right? It's the expansion. So the nursing diagnosis would be alteration in what you serve or your contribution. So September, the dust clears away, showing real growth for you. The perfection falls to clear the way, integrating your energy in a new way. You do not lose by releasing the fight, but instead look inside for your worth, for that is what's right. There's this energy where you have to look at the people that may be sparking the fight in you in September, and you have to stop fighting with those that have no morality. And you'll know who these people are. They provoke a fight to prevent you from solidifying your energy, whether it's understanding. They don't want you to come to an understanding here. And so, we really need to be looking at who we choose to unite with, who we find our common cause with. And certain partners might be invoking a fight in you in September. They want you to fight because they know that your morality will not bend. Okay. You would never agree to let them continue this immorality, we'll say, this immoral side. And so there's also this deep understanding of what it is that you truly fight for. Now, we can get fixated on a person, place, and thing, but really what we fight for is freedom at the core essence of the frequency when you clear out the static. So some of us are experiencing, or some of you are experiencing industry versus inferiority, or a competence as well. That's coming up in the energy, ever so complicating it. In inferiority, we industrialize, or we produce efficiency. Why you really feel this inferiority and the need to fight back is because you really you're fighting the immorality and fighting for freedom. So whatever it is that's blocking you from being free, you or other people. But let me tell you something that you already know. You have always had the power to free yourself, and you always will. Don't forget that. So there's this energy, this push and pull within you where a part of you says to fight that immoral side in others, right? And then there's a side of you that says, the fight isn't worth it. You need to retreat because trying to fight them isn't going to change their mind, right? Won't change anything. And so you're in this energy of opposition, how to proceed, right? But I will be saying this to you in the month of September. Some of you have treated your worth like it's non-existent. You've really downplayed your contribution to things as well. Okay. But I'm going to tell you something. Your worth is self-generated and it's independent of external feedback. Okay. Sometimes retreat is the strongest act of self-worth, and you find yourself in freedom. So your prescription for the month of September would be to retreat from a fight that will not change anything. Free yourself. Remember, you've always had the power to free yourself, and you always will. Just like if you fracture a bone, it has to be immobilized, whether in a cast or other things, so it can heal. You will have some understandings with some people that you choose to unite with in the month of September, and they will have a morality about them. You will find yourself rejoining more relationships, okay? Truthful relationships. Not only to your own understanding, but also theirs, okay? So, I experienced this energy when the transformer, Pluto, entered into my 7th house, which affects connections with others, open enemies, and basically all significant one-to-one relationships, harmonious or adversarial. Mostly mine manifested as adversarial, though. It really put the dark shit, the corrupt shit, the control dynamics up front, which sparked the fight in me. I refused to play by the corrupt structure of those, weaponizing leadership, seniority. I wasn't having it. I learned that weak leaders protect the system that put them in the power. And you may be seeing these dynamics play out. Of course, I was tagged rebellious, problematic, inferior because I was fighting for change in a corrupt system. I realized that fighting them wouldn't change anything. They was simply lacking the morality and the worth that was necessary to see the issue to begin with. I learned you have to pick your battles, and when it's time to step back, you need to know when that is, because fighting will not change anything. And to preserve and spend your valuable energy, which is currency, okay, that you can never get back elsewhere, is not defeat. It's wisdom. It's freedom. Just remember what I said. Sometimes you have to pull back and leave them in their nepotistic nightmare, you know. You can't fight for morals with someone when they have none, and you can't fight for worth when they have none. Simply put. So there is an energy here where you're anchoring in self-worth and who you choose to combine your energy with. And there's a new worth in how you relate to the people in and around your energy for September. But remember, retreat in some instances is not defeat, it's wisdom. It's freedom from the immoral. So you may be feeling the need to prioritize your resources and whatnot, clearing out things, clearing out old energy baggage, and accepting what has been removed from your energy in September. Find your worth and find people places, and things that understand that worth. Some of the channelings that I got for September, which we'll go into those more in depth, but for this purpose, I got a download for my daubers, and they were sort of fighting, which typically doesn't happen. They were also eating spiders, which was sort of this download for me for energetic cleanup. Okay. A balancing of power in your life. And some of you lets people, places, and things make you feel inferior, you know, but you're not. They just was never going to grasp the concept of what you and your signal means. So remember, your homework, if you choose to accept it for September, is to retreat from a fight that you know isn't going to change anything. And when I say that, there's a lack of immoral. There's an immoral energy. Okay, can't reason with that. Hi, buddy. So 10 days not fighting with others that you know is not going to make a difference. Okay, it will not cause a change. I want you to really reflect on your worth for 24 hours. Okay, what is it that is your essence, your signal? What do you bring to the table, and not minimize that? What's your contribution, and what are you contributing to? You can openly disagree if you don't agree with something. You know, you can stand in your understanding without dogma. Okay. But cut the ties with the stark truth. Okay. And maybe you even need to have a zero response or a silence. Okay. So that is what I got for you for September. If you're interested in a deep dive in the prescription, check the description box below. And you guys got this. You're doing a wonderful job. And if anybody hasn't told you today, you're loved, you're beautiful, and you're priceless. Remember, you always have the power to free yourself, and you always will. And until next time, stay in your Taccion Mind. Bye, guys.